Hello, board members. Today I will be discussing various points as to why a bilingual education program is not a good fit for this district or other school districts as well. For my argument against bilingual education, I looked at the Snapshot School District profiles for 2015 on the TEA website. I looked at the property wealth snapshot because I was curious to see the difference between high income or higher property wealth and low income or lower property wealth. I also decided to look only at Hispanic students to get more concise data. In property wealth, related to ESL programs related to STAR success in Hispanic students, in school districts with property wealth under $103,884, which is low income or low property value, out of 258,686 students in 404 schools, 97.6% are Hispanic, which is a huge majority. 36.7% of these schools have bilingual or ESL programs. 69% of Hispanic students were at a phase-in satisfactory standard on STAR. In school districts with property wealth over $1,678,318 out of 118 schools, only 42.3% of students are Hispanic. 6.7% of these schools have bilingual or ESL programs, and 72% of Hispanic students were at phase-in satisfactory standard on STAR. So despite having 30% less schools with bilingual/ESL programs, 3% more students in school districts with higher property wealth were at phase-in satisfactory standard on STAR than in school districts with lower property wealth. This would imply that even with less access to bilingual/ESL programs, more Hispanic students were at phase-in satisfactory level than in school districts where there was actually more access to bilingual/ESL programs. I looked at the community type snapshot because I wanted to know if there was any difference in the community makeup in rural versus urban school districts. So, in community type, related to ESL and bilingual programs related to STAR success in Hispanic students, out of 980,075 students in major urban schools, 68% are Hispanic. Out of these 1,355 schools, 25.5% have bilingual/ESL programs. 72% of Hispanic students were at phase-in satisfactory standard on STAR. Out of 171,496 students in rural schools, 33.4% are Hispanic. Out of these 925 schools, 5.7% have bilingual/ESL programs. 71% of Hispanic students were at phase-in satisfactory standard on STAR. Despite having considerably more, 20% more, bilingual/ESL programs, only 1% more of Hispanic students were at phase-in satisfactory standard on STAR, implying that once again the bilingual/ESL programs have little to no impact on STAR success. After looking at general Texas statistics, I decided to look at my home school district specifically as an example. When I began school in kindergarten in Richardson Independent School District, I was in a bilingual program where we spoke Spanish only all day one day and then English only all day the next day, every week. I did this program until 3rd grade when RISD discontinued it, and I was in English-only education for the rest of my public school experience. Out of 38,496 students in RISD, 40% are Hispanic. Out of 56 schools, 25.4% offer bilingual/ESL programs. 72% of Hispanic students are at phase-in satisfactory standard for STAR. 3.9% of educational expenditures go towards bilingual/ESL programs. In contrast to that 3.9%, 14% goes towards special education and 12.8% goes towards accelerated education programs. In this that I have presented Around the same amount of Hispanic students were at phase-in satisfactory standard for STAR across the board, despite varying amounts of access to bilingual/ESL programs. This would imply that bilingual/ESL programs have little to no effect on how many Hispanic students achieve phase-in satisfactory standard on STAR. Richardson Independent School District allocates only 3.9% of their funds to bilingual/ESL, with 72% of Hispanic students at phase-in satisfactory standard for STAR. Your school district could use that 3.9% of your budget that you could be using towards bilingual/ESL programs to be allocated instead to a more effective program. With that being said, instead of implementing a bilingual/ESL program, I would look for an alternative program or go with no program at all.